Hey, I'm Brody Brazil, and welcome to Teal Town After Dark.
Oh, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in after a 4-2 victory, Game 3, Sharks versus Avalanche. Welcome to Teal Town USA After Dark. We go live after every single Sharks game, and you can check out and be part of the show. That's right. Hit us up on Twitter. Use that hashtag TealTownUSA. Follow us on Twitter at TealTownUSA or Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. Hit that subscribe button if you would. You can find us everywhere, Badass Nationwide, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, and Spotify. And remember, grab one of those cool Win It for Jumbo shirts. You can find them at Teal Town USA on the website. And as Erik Kuhre totally destroys his studio, welcome into the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have Erik and Al with us. Erik, your opening thoughts on this one?
Whew. They survived the altitude. Back to you, AJ.
Wow. Okay. Whoa. Bring your mic down a scotch, buddy. You're overmodulating. Al, what about you?
Good evening. Hard fight victory. They kind of almost blew it in the second, third period, but we'll get to that. But really great victory by Jones. Jones is the key factor in this series right now.
Oh, Jones. Oh, you're talking about the goalie who was pulled twice in the first round? Wow.
By the way, I take back everything I said post Game 7 about putting Dell in for Jones.
Well, to be fair, you're a Niemi fan, so it's okay.
Vesna worthy.
Hey now. So as we know, Pavelski and Donskoy missing their third straight. And this one, Calvert was out for the Colorado Avalanche after taking a ridiculously huge Kyle McLaren endorsed butt check from one Brent Burns. If you don't believe me, go check out Kyle McLaren's Twitter because he retweeted us. He liked it so much. And thank you for that, Kyle. So we start off with this one, little bit of the penalties early on in this one. Took a little while to get going. You got 455 Long Beach native Matt Nieto would hold EK65. And the Sharks are off to the races on their way to a 0-4 night on the power play. Nothing came of that. I don't believe there were even any shots on goal. Then at 9:02, Cole would interfere with Joakim Ryan, and still no shots on goal. And then 10:22, Kane would even up, and we'd have the 4-on-4 play as he would high stick Johnson, and nothing would come of that. But then at 15:24, the first Couture would clean the garbage. Erik, your take on the penalty-filled first period of that leading into the Couture cleanup.
Oh, thank you. I think we just bow down for greatness. So, Logan, what can you say? This guy has been on a roll lately, and just wishing to thank the Bronx Cheers of Colorado for giving him the good old fashioned love. But Couture, the guy is possessed right now. I mean, his seventh at 15:24. Nyquist with a great play to keep the puck in the zone. Meyer helping out. Everybody just coming together, and that's what it's all about come playoff time. These guys with their precision, with their nice passing play, with their shots, and considering how this game would be dictated by posts, goals were going to possibly be coming hard from come hard Friday. I can't talk tonight.
Use your words, Erik. Al, we'll just go to you then.
Yeah.
Logan Couture, most of his goals were in front of the net, causing a lot of traffic. When the Sharks are playing well tonight, they made this simple play, getting shots to the net. And I will say that, towards the end of the first period, the shots were 9-1 San Jose. So they controlled majority of the first period. Flow of the game was definitely for the Sharks. I felt they should have maybe scored one more goal, and we'll get to that later. But
well, dude, they had 4 goals tonight and 4 posts tonight. I mean, it could have been 8-2.
But I just felt like with the chance that they got in the first period, even early in the second, yeah.
Well, and addressing the chat real fast, Christian, we see you, buddy. Thank you very much. Coming from Anthony Sanchez, should we dress Heed? He can dress. We're not going to play him, but he can certainly dress. Then at 1842 of the first, Meyer would pick off a pass and go bar down, baby. This was okay, yeah, there was a guy who got a hat trick, it's
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you, Couture. But goal of the night, Timo Meyer. I mean, just picking off a great pass, although we would see a pass by Burns get picked off later. But anyway, Timo Meyer just going bar down. How'd you like them breakaways there, puck guy?
I love this one. I think the guys from the broadcast crew were the Sharks, that is, were waiting for Timo Meyer to slowly but surely get things going, and boy, did he pick a shot tonight. I mean, you literally bar down into the net. Love it. Love the speed. Love the power. Love the tenacity. Keep it going, Timo. We need some more timely goals.
Yes. And that would be the way that the first period would shake out. Sharks up 2-0. All is right in the world. Everybody's feeling good. And then at 15:51, oh my God, Burns, I don't know what the hell you're doing behind your own net, all the space and time in the world, and you just turn around and put it right on Ian Cole's stick, who feeds a racing in McKinnon, who would put it behind Jones. Al, what do you think Burns was thinking about in that moment? Because it clearly wasn't hockey or making a good pass.
Well, up to that point, Colorado, I was going to say Calgary, but Colorado had consistent offensive pressure, and Burns has been on the ice for a good amount of that time. I think a solid 2 minutes, which is a lot during the playoffs. Still no excuse. Still should make the easy play. We've seen Burns do that even in the regular season. But man, I don't put that on Jones, because what are you supposed to do? McKinnon is definitely easily one of the top 3 players in the league, maybe the fastest player in the league, and you're gonna give him a head start. It's just not.
Here you go. Hey,
good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. Just real quick, I want to welcome everybody in. If you just popped on, thank you guys for tuning in to Teal Town After Dark. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, whatever she hides herself. I know it's somewhere below the picture. But it's sometime tonight, just in honor of Do It for Pavs, we're going to be giving away a Pavelski playoff mode towel sometime during this show. So stay with us here, and we'll figure out how to do that. But in honor of the one, the only Joe Pavs, hashtag Pavalanche. I think we have to give credit to SJ Sharkey for that one. But yeah, we're going to be giving one of those suckers away sometime during the show. So again, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. Let us know that you're here, people. So go ahead.
I was going to say, before I know you're jumping over into the third period, but
no, not yet.
Not yet. I was going to talk about the high stick that fourth liner Michael Haley took at 5:06. I was like, Haley's hustling. He's doing the right things. He's not being dumb. He's being smart. He's getting pucks in deep. And he's getting calls.
He's not the nightmare that some people professed him to be. Yes,
right.
Easy there with the praise. It's one game.
Well, no, Al, you make a point. Easy there with the praise.
Small sample size.
Even Miami had one good game. Come on.
Oh, come on. No, but I mean, he didn't take dumb penalties. He didn't take,
and he drew one.
And he drew one. I mean, that's all you can ask for a guy who played what? How much did he play?
7:30.
7:30. Yep.
Yeah. So no, I wanted to touch again the second period. Also, a little bit penalty filled. Ian Cole would take one at 5:06. Dylan get interference at 10:48. Kerfoot at 13:51. Now, the one thing I want to say about the McKinnon goal, at first, NHL.com had it listed as a shorthanded goal. And then our buddy Shalana Goldman from NBCSN, she did not have it listed as a shorty at all for some reason. But when I had it down, I wrote it down as a shorthanded goal. And I went back and looked, and I even took a picture of it. And again, you can find all of our GIFs and screen caps on the Teal Town USA Twitter. Go find those there. But you can clearly see the puck is behind Jones, and there's a full set, like, it literally went down to 1 second. The puck was already behind it. So I'm not sure how that wasn't a shorthanded goal. So even though the stats, I guess, somehow officially say 0 for 4, the Avalanche were on the power play, they were actually 1 for 4. But I digress. Whatever. I should have screen capped it when NHL had it on there. But anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
I was gonna say that Ryan only played 5 minutes tonight.
Ryan played that much? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Well, maybe he's just not used to altitude. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. And Chris is right. Don't go heaping praise for a guy who's not effing up when he barely plays. Well, I mean, that's the thing we were all worried about, is that he was going to F up like Mike Brown years ago.
That's all I'm saying.
That's my point. Yeah, he only played 7 minutes, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, make the most of your 7 there, pal.
Yeah. And Nick Melendez Bell in the chat, hello from London. Stayed up till 5:30 to watch this game.
Wow.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, good on you, bro.
Yes.
Into the third period. Oh God, I always forget where this guy's from. But Matt Nieto would tip in a shot at 11:45. And, tips in a nice slapper coming from Gerard at the corner. And at that point, you have to be sitting there biting your, biting the nails a little bit, because all of a sudden we got a 2-2 game, and it's kind of like, here we go. And the whole hashtag 2 or fewer and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that worry would last for all of 65 seconds until Logan Couture would go top shelf and then take a bow on top of it. Are you kidding me?
The guy wants it.
Nyquist had a big play in that, kept the puck in the zone. But really, that was the play of the game right there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, yes, he's from Long Beach. I get it. I know. And then with 19:30 left, Grubauer pulled, of course, for the extra attacker during a 3-2 game. Couture with 30 seconds left would pot the empty netter to complete the hat trick. And there is your game, everybody. Holy hell. Yes, by all means, John, thank you very much for reminding me. I absolutely appreciate that. You can pick up your very own Win It for Jumbo shirt at Teal Town, USA. Go grab one. They are shipping very soon. Very, very soon. But look at how beautiful that thing is. Oh, it's gorgeous. Stop it. I can't wait.
You give me both.
Yeah. So, so at this point, what are you taking from it, guys? Erik, I mean, because I can't be the only one that was kind of nervous going into this game. Like, I expected them to look better in game 2. Then it did look like they were being impacted a little bit by the altitude and air up in the Mile High City. I felt a little nervous, but I feel better now.
Yeah, well, of course, yes, because now we have a 2-1 series lead. But yeah, you see the nervousness a little bit.
Erik?
Yes.
Vegas had a 3-1 series lead.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm just saying it's not over until it's over.
And they were up 3-0.
Okay, we got to let this go, man. We got to let it go. Go ahead, Erik.
Well, the cold never bothered me anyway. But
Oh Christ! Really?
But thank you. I'll be at Rooster Tea Feathers this weekend. But this is what you saw. We were expecting a slow start from the Sharks a little bit, sensing that okay, they got to get their feet going. Yes, the thin air up in the Mile High City, blah blah blah. I think we heard that about the altitude as much as we heard about Pierre Maguire talking about Brent Burns tonight. It came out to be a solid victory. These guys were prepared. Did they lose a little step in the second period? I thought, yeah, a little bit. And especially when McKinnon, and hats off to McKinnon, that was a sweet shot. He's a freaking beast for the Avalanche. I mean, great goal there. But I thought they lost a little bit of momentum in the second period. Of course, the power play had a little bit of an issue here and there. Well, all over the place tonight. But, one thing we didn't talk about, guys, posts.
Oh, dude. He rings
mean,
one off the post. He rings one off the post. He rings one off the post. Dude, this game had more rings than Jennifer Lopez has ever seen. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just glad Mike Emmerich wasn't calling this game, because how many times would he hear
Oh,
he hit the post with the shot?
oh
And you'd have to be 7 different words for a post, not just a post.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't ever use the actual word, but yeah. Oh my God, just so much
off
of
the bar, off the crossbar, off the what?
It's funny you bring up Pierre talking about Brent Burns, because even Greg Wazinski on Twitter was talking about, does Pierre have to mention, is he required by NBC to mention Brent Burns like every 30 seconds? And it's like, well, dude, Crosby's not in it anymore. You got to talk about somebody.
I mean, he played 28 minutes tonight, which it's pretty good, but
it's well, and I believe he only played 27:50 last game, so at least it's working out. Yeah, I mean, but holy hell! And then can we also talk about, there was a play tonight? I know it was late in the game with maybe 10 minutes left in the third. Erik Karlsson just gets, I don't know if he's just like, yeah, okay, he's not 100% and everything like that, but holy hell, did he do everything he could to avoid contact, and then just got straight up beat. And luckily he was able to somewhat recover and help out with breaking up the play going the other way. But damn, dude. It's a contact sport, my bro.
I mean, it's the same hit he took in game 1 versus Vegas. Very similar hit. Seemed like he bounced back from that. I think Karlsson's been playing pretty well. I mean, he has 10 assists this postseason. Give the man some credit. He had a rough regular season, but he's showing up in the playoffs.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's tonight was the Logan Couture and Timo Meier show. I mean, Julio Meier 3 points, Couture with 3 goals, and zero points coming from the back end after Burns had been so huge in the first 2 games.
And give some credit to Gus Nyquist, 2 assists. Like Al said earlier, on that third goal, he keeps the puck in the zone and sets it up for Couture to bang home the eventual game winner.
And Nyquist also had, at one point, he was on the right side of the net, and you could see he was going back for the puck, and Grubauer's a little out of sorts, and you could see Nyquist, if he had just had that puck on his stick, he was trying to bank it in off Grubauer's back. And it was like, oh, that just sticks to your stick.
But let me ask you, when Kane missed that empty netter and you saw McKinnon have the puck,
oh, I was freaking
past everyone, and of course Jones makes the save, but I was really worried we're going to get an Edmonton-Dallas highlight of us missing an empty net and blowing a playoff game. And
dude, well, and
never forget Patrick Stefan. Oh man,
dude, Kane was just snake bit tonight. I mean, he blows a breakaway, he blows an empty netter. But this just in, breaking news: the NHL has called to apologize for the impact the posts had tonight on the game. I mean, jeez. Are you kidding me?
I mean, 4 posts for the Sharks, 2 by Colorado, and then goals off the post and in San Jose 2, Colorado 1. So 6 posts for the Sharks, 3 by Colorado. That's insane to see. I mean, usually we've seen, and AJ, you can attest to this, you've seen where the Sharks have had a lot of posts in a game and they are just snake bitten, don't win one. So this is kind of a trendsetter.
Well, and even McKinnon's goal went in off the post. Couture's goal went in off the post. I mean, dude, actually, the second Couture goal, it actually hit the post and the crossbar going in.
Same with Timo's.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, bar down. Hello. But let's get into the final numbers here, boys. 31 shots on goal for the Sharks, 27 for the Avs, 50-50 in the circle tonight. As I said before, the stats have it. Both teams 0 for 4 on the power play. I think they need to go back and look at this. Avalanche were 1 for 4 on the power play, courtesy of Nate McKinnon. 8 penalty minutes for both. Pretty evenly officiated game so far. I will say Kane got away with a high stick early in the game, didn't get away with it a second time. Avalanche out hit the Sharks 41-20. Sounds like the Vegas hit counter's on his way to Colorado for that one. 19-18 in blocks, 10 giveaways for the Avs to 6 for the Sharks. And As was mentioned earlier, Joakim Ryan, low man on the totem pole for time on ice tonight, not even cracking 5 minutes. Then you got Haley at 7:29 and Radil at 9:49. Boy, I liked Radil in the first game. Thought he had good jump, and he's kind of trending a little down for me. Someone paging
I don't know.
Jonas Donskoy. Paging Jonas Donskoy. Although I know Donskoy didn't make the trip, so
And that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Same with Pavelski.
Yep.
And Pavelski's a little bit different because Donskoy's been out for I think now 10 days since
game 6.
Yeah, but it's looking more and more likely to see Pavelski if we make it to the third round than Donskoy returning in the second round.
Yeah, and I can't even see Pavelski even coming back this round whatsoever. The only way I could just entertain that thought is if it was an elimination game for the Sharks, and even then, I'm kind of like, no. There's so many levels of tests that he's going to have to pass in order to get cleared. So. As I said again, Chris's favorite stat, of course, plus minus. Thornton and Sorensen leading the way with -2, Kane with -1. That's another one that I was a little shocked at tonight was, I don't know, the Thornton Sorensen line with LeBanc. I thought that was kind of, I mean, Al, what did you think? I expected a little bit more.
I was expecting a little bit more, but I think it's also PDB was playing the speed game with Colorado, and so you're matching Kane, McKinnon, you're matching Couture with us, McKinnon, you're matching that first line. And the first period, and even like the second period, Colorado was really at it. And they controlled second and third period, and give Jones a lot of credit. I mean, this game is, if the Sharks don't win this game, if Jones is not on his A+ game.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Coming from the Concord ASPCA, Erik, you want to weigh in?
I would say that Jones had a phenomenal game. He had some great saves early on. Yeah, he let that McKinnon one in a little bit. Okay, sure, but I thought he played really well. And faced on a difficult power play when you have Rantanen, Landeskog, McKinnon. I mean, my goodness, just been crazy.
Yeah.
Right, Marlo? I think so.
I can't tell if we're running an Adopt a Dog special right now, or are we trying to find Marlo a new home? One of the two.
No, he's not trying to find Marlo a new home.
Let's see here in the chat. Benjamin Castle, Grubauer was still on for most of tonight, including some point blank chat. Says absolutely. Again, the Sharks had 31 shots on goal, and a lot of those came early in this game. So no, Grubauer gave the Avalanche every opportunity to try to stay in this game, but Jones was up to the task. And of course, congratulations to Goose Nyquist, who wife gave birth today in Michigan, and he ended up getting 2 primary assists for the Logan Couture goal. So hey, now.
Congrats on doing 0% of the work.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, yeah. Everybody, I want to thank everybody that has come on board since we last mentioned it. But do us a favor, if you're new here, even if you're not new here, but if you aren't subscribed, do so. Please hit that subscribe button down there. Nice big red button. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at tealtownusa on all of those. And at some point, we're going to be giving away this beautiful Pavelski towel in honor of Pavs. Well, come back soon. We're going to be like in the next 10 minutes, I think. I'm going to I already have the question in my mind. We'll be asking it. First one in the chat with the correct answer will win the Pavelski towel. So
Duvall saying, are we crediting short-handed goals as power play goals? No. I think we were incorrect on that one. It's
the Sharks were on the power play.
Right.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. And so it would have been a shorty if that were the case, but
so I'm sorry. It should, either way on the stats. Yeah, he's right. My bad. Yeah. It should, there's something not right there.
Yeah. Joey 327 asking odds we see Pavs in game 5, and I'm like
0.
I can't see it. For sure.
I mean, you mean in a uniform and on the ice, or just in the building?
I think there's a decent chance you get a stadium shot of Pavelski in the press. If the Sharks are down 2-1, you get a shot of the fans, or you shot of Pavelski to boost the fans up.
Oh man, if they do that for Game 5, the place will go nuts.
Oh, what if they have Pavs open the door?
Even if Pavs opens the door, or hey, that's a nice idea actually.
Right?
Have Pavs open up the door, or
you've already used
stand out and like during a break.
I hope Marlowe does it. But
no. But I mean, you had Ricci and Nabby do it last game. Prior to that, you had Seto and Murray. So, I mean, if they're going to, I know that Marco Sturm is in town because he was at Game 2. So, I mean, maybe they go that route and break out some other alumni. Maybe you get Boiler involved. Maybe you get Nolan involved, whoever. We know that they're local. Obviously, Scott Hannon. But, boy, I think Pavelski would be a nice touch if he's not able to play. I think that would because it would also give everybody a look at him who, that they haven't seen him since, their last image of him is leaking on the ice. So I think that would be great.
And that's something that Brody touched on intermission earlier. Sorry.
Go
ahead.
Oh, damn. Really, Benjamin? Benjamin in the chat, Marco Sturm, Brad Stewart, and Wayne Primo should all open the door together. Wow. Erik, would you like to illustrate why those three together would make that point for those who are unaware?
For those who are unaware, those were the three players that were traded for Joe Thornton.
But nice touch. You know what? This one's for you. I like that. In fact, I'll even do you one better. No, that was a good one.
Speaking of that noise, Chewy L Limited, congratulations to the Sharks on their victory tonight from Canada. So we have a London shout out and a Canadian shout out there. But a good question from A012345. When will the fatigue finally set in for the Sharks? That's one of the worries.
When they're trying to lift the cup over their head.
Let's not talk about fourth round yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But when will the fatigue set in? I mean, if it hasn't already, I mean, you look at what they did, the double overtime in Game 6, damn near almost a complete overtime in Game 7. Then they rode that emotional wave in Game 1. Game 2, there was a little bit of a lull. And now you're up in the Mile High City for the next couple of days. If fatigue hasn't set in now, I think you're fine. I think they've reset. They've moved on. Again, I'm going to keep on going to it until I don't. 2016, they got over that hump of LA, and that, for me, galvanized the team, pushed them forward. I think the same thing with the Golden Knights this time. Galvanized the team to get over that hump and has helped pushing them forward.
I don't know. I think like the second period, that's when you're starting to see some real fatigue. Of course, it's Mile High. It's called Denver attitude. But the Brent Burns too many men on the ice call, you could totally tell he wasn't playing right.
You lazy bastard.
He's a Wookiee.
I would think more than anything, he was probably one of the guys that really had a rough go with the altitude tonight.
I'm not buying that.
Well, just with the giveaways and then getting off the ice and such, to me, that's a curious thought.
Thin air to his brain, maybe. I don't know what he was thinking on that pass, man.
Richard Davalos, no Crosby, no Ovechkin, no Blackhawks or Rangers or Flyers. TV ratings up. Will NBC and the NHL learn?
Oh,
wait,
well done.
TV ratings up in the United States, but in Canada, that's the issue.
Oh, the big one. Yeah, but the TV ratings aren't going to be great unless there's a Canadian team up there. So, but either way, all those teams could still be out if there was if Calgary was still in the mix, if Toronto was still in the mix, the number's going to be higher. But wow, man, good. That's good call, bro. I like that.
If we haven't already, let's send a congratulations to the Nyquist family.
We did that already.
All right, we got that all in. I'm just trying to go through the chat and make sure
we did all the work. We got it.
Yep. But okay.
Yeah, just trying to.
You keep going through the chat while I remind everybody. Do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. Giving away a Pavelski towel in moments here, and we look forward to game two. We look forward to game 4. I love Jesus. The altitude's getting to me now. Game 4 on Thursday. Again, same start time, 7:00. Catch Brody and the guys on NBCSN Sports California. It might be Sports California +1 or something, depending on what the A schedule is. But,
it's still on Periscope, so you can still watch it there.
There you go. You got Twitter mission there, but I'm talking for pre and post. You can catch on the actual terrestrial television. But same start time, 7:00, which means we'll be on right around 10:00 or so. Sitting here at 2 feet above sea level as California Cruising Sun.
He also mentioned Mike Hoffman to open the door.
Oh, damn. You did not. You did not.
Christian Reeves.
It'll probably last longer than his Sharks career.
Oh, Christian Reeves saying Rafi Torres to open the door.
Hey, what? I mean, if we're going to talk Sharks alumni, how about Mark Messier?
Oh. Oh, that's fun.
How long was he on the under contract with the Sharks? About 2 seconds.
Yeah, maybe like 2 weeks, maybe. So,
dear Lord.
But so now we're up 2-1. I mean, we get our home ice back. What do you expect? Jessica in the chat saying All-Star John Scott opens.
Yeah,
I like that one too.
Oh, God, I would love that.
Yeah, but so how would you approach game 4?
I think if the Sharks get down early, there's a significant chance that they just play for game 5. And I have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
I don't know, boy. I feel, I don't know. I felt confident going into this series from the get-go. And again, because the last series galvanized them. Ian Reed pointed this out before. Colorado to me they're just not that deep. And I feel like, I think I said Sharks in 6 before this started. I could see them talking about winning this in game 5. If they take the game on Thursday, they got to be the favorite to take this in 5 games, the same way that they beat Calgary in the first round. Now, how it's again, I just go back to the whole thing of like, if you keep McKinnon, Landeskog, and Rantanen, and they didn't do a good job of that tonight, but if you can keep them at the perimeter, keep them off the score sheet, and to a lesser extent, Tyson Barrie, you keep them off, you always have a good chance to win the game. And I thought PDB actually did a decent job, even though he had last change, getting some decent matchups where he needed to. But again, the Sharks are just a deeper team. And if you can win that on Thursday, then you get the last change at home, and you again use your secret weapon, Barclay Goodrow.
But I don't know. Like I think Colorado, they aren't the same team. After they swept Calgary, they don't have the same line chemistry. They won game 2, but things are not flowing as well. And give Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns, give that decor a lot of credit, but things aren't working well for the two lines. And it would be great to get a lot of rest, but you don't want to get too much rest in the playoffs.
Exactly. Look at Colorado right now. They won their series against Calgary in 5. They seemed a little rusty game 1. They got their feet back in game 2, although I thought the Sharks came on strong late in the game. And I thought Colorado started strong again early tonight. But there's something about this team, boys. I mean, shoot, I'm looking at the stats page on NHL.com. Who's the leading scorer in the playoffs? Logan Couture at 9. Who's tied for the most points in the playoffs right now?
Karlsson.
Logan Couture with 12. He's tied with Stone and McKinnon.
Yeah.
Burns is at 11. Hertl, Karlsson are at 10. and it's something special here. Assists, Erik Karlsson tied with Jakob Slavin with 10. So
So deep. All right. Okay. So, last call. We're doing the Pavelski towel thing now. So everybody get your act together. Again, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. It's so awesome. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at tealtownusa, but hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It's time. Are you guys ready to get a towel? Oh, wait a minute. Ratto opening the door, holding a sign, just win the game before Remenda closes the door on him. Yes. Yes. I would pay money for that. I would pay money for that. Okay. So here comes for the Pavelski towel. Here comes your question for the night. Now, before I preface this, hold on. We have dos. Which means we'll also be giving away one after game 4 as well. But the one because it's all about Pavelski. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is your question. The first one to answer correctly in the chat wins. Name the player who assisted on Timo Meier's goal this evening. No help from dude, shut the up. First person that tells me who assisted on Timo Meier's goal.
I have a lot of people who want to NHL.
And Jose Zarate is the winner. Nobody. Jose was the first one. There was no one assisting. Cropper, good try, but Jose nailed it. So
Rainmaker, NyQuils. I like that.
Yeah.
Eric Johnson by Benjamin Castle. Yeah.
All right. Jose, hit us up on Twitter, Tealtown USA. Hit me up there. Boy, I've got like Devin Setaguchi throat. But hit me up there, and we'll make sure to get the towel out to you. Congratulations. And yes, it was a trick question.
Yeah,
of course. What, you think we do everything the easy way here?
No.
Cropper was not first.
So I guess you got what Brody got.
That's been going around too.
Yeah, but no, Jose was the first to answer none.
So let's we kind of got to talk about it tonight because it's a special night in Sharks history.
Oh, damn. You're pulling the Jamie Baker Game 7 out your ass.
Yeah, I mean, 25 years ago tonight, folks, Jamie Baker scores that, well, at the time was once considered the biggest goal in Sharks history, off of a bad turnover from Chris Osgood to give the Sharks a 4-3 lead that eventually turned out to be a game winner.
Look at Jose off to make a Twitter account. Gotta go open a Twitter account just so I can get the towel. Hey, if you want it, you gotta really want it.
But I mean, and AJ, I know you know about this as much as I do as well, and Al, you probably do as well. But 25 years ago, how much of that goal impacted the Sharks in the city of San Jose?
It was huge. It was huge. In fact, you know what? Let's just have a look at it, shall we? I think we shall.
We shall.
And granted,
yeah.
I remember it being a big factor, but in terms of place of Sharks history, once Baker got back, got into the broadcast booth, it seemed like it got shifted upwards, and it's cool.
I think history shifted it upwards. I think it, had they gone deeper in the playoffs the following season, you maybe have the person who scores that games. And there's been a lot of talk that Donskoy's goal in 2016 could eclipse the Baker goal.
And see, I even look at Joel Ward's 2-goal effort to clinch the West was pretty huge too. And heck, for that matter, you could maybe even throw Barclay Goodrow's goal in Game 7 in overtime into that mix. I mean, that's pending on how far this team goes, though, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have to include the Owen Nolan All-Star game, the call-it goal.
Yeah, that was a great goal. Or his goal in Game 7 against the Blues from
half court or half ice.
you know, it's
I still can't believe that. Like, who do you think? Like, was it Roman Turek or Marty Baron? Like, who feels worse about the goal they let in? The Nolan goal or the Hurdle goal? Like, which one?
I don't know. If I was Buron, be like, okay, that was a pretty good goal. Turek is like, what the hell was I doing?
And then I think the one of the best goals last 5 years is probably the Hurdle hat trick against New York, where he does behind the legs, 7-2 game.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That was the Marty Baron game.
Yeah.
Benjamin Turek jumped. I know, what a moron.
Big shout out to Chris Osgood.
But dude, as we've said before, man, the pendulum swings both ways. We didn't Toskala let in a 200-footer
when he was a Leaf, yes.
Off
of former Shark Rob Davison.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of former Sharks, they were the NBC broadcast tonight was who were they talking about? Was it Tyson Barrie? They're talking about one of the defensemen for Colorado and like multi-point games or something. Or
wasn't it like Barrie?
Yeah, Tyson Barrie.
Yeah, and it was so funny. It's like, well, we'll see if he catches up with former Shark Sandus Ozolinsh, because right now he's tied with former Shark Rob Blake.
Oh,
Or like how they called Vlasic Burns. And I'm like,
yeah.
You sure?
There was that. There was even when they got Vlasic confused for that tripping call at the end that Couture got. They immediately called it on Vlasic, and I'm watching it and I'm going, what the hell? What game are they looking at?
Yeah, I was surprised like that. Like Vlasic, come on, really?
And then another good moment would be the Dallas and Sharks 4 overtimes. You got the Nabby, oh my God, save.
The Nabby save on Richards, the Nabby save on Owen Nolan versus Calgary.
The round before, yeah.
That one's good because of the Sharks' history, but the Richards save is still like,
oh yeah, that's awesome. But I think it's time, boys.
Have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
It's wrap around.
I don't care. There was another game tonight, boys.
Yes, there was another game. It was the first time the Columbus Blue Jackets played a home game in round 2.
That's so sad. That's just so sad.
Well, of course it's sad because they didn't get nice expansion rules like other teams did.
Hey now.
But Boone Jenner with his first in the first period, Matt Duchene his 5th on the power play. In the second, Jake DeBrusk just ekes in a goal late in the second. That wouldn't be enough. The Blue Jackets win 2-1 over the Bruins. They lead that series 2-1.
Let's talk about the douchebag in the room, shall we? Brad Marchand. Dude, what the hell are you doing? At some point, I don't know when, but when Zdeno Chára leaves, whether it's he leaves the NHL or just leaves Boston and goes to another team or something like that, dude, it's open season on you, bro. It's like if you're still in the league, and especially if you're wearing a Bruins sweater, dude, it is so open season on you. Oh my God, what a douche. And the fact that I bet you he doesn't even get a fine for that.
It's going to be interesting how NHL player safety reacts to this, because
they react to it,
but if they react to it at all, because NBC has great ratings, I'm sure there's some pressure to keep Boston as a major market in there for at least another round.
Dude,
I could see Marchand getting at least one game, but nothing like what Toronto got, which was an entire round suspension. I mean, I feel bad for the people in Toronto. They're great hockey fans, but I would never want to lose 4 straight times to my villains. Game 7.
No, this is absolute horse crap. You see, Marchand just chilling out over here, dudes on his, boom, punch in the back of the head. Are you kidding me? Guys, I mean, is that not the just the definition, the absolute definition of coward.
It is. He's a coward. He's a wimp. He's a licker. I mean, he's an idiot. I mean, I'm sorry, but how many times is he going to get away with crap? I mean, he was licking people last year in the playoffs. Now he's taking sucker punches while they're on their knees on the ice. I mean, give me a freaking break. If the NHL is going to do something, for crying out loud.
Alicia in the chat saying, I know I'm probably in the minority, but I love Marchand. He's such a throwback player. No, a throwback player is, a guy who finishes checks, who hustles out icing calls, but who makes solid hits.
True.
And isn't worried about, like, as long as it's a clean, solid hit like Burns had the other night on Calvert. See, that was the other thing too. Did you see the Colorado players like go bonkers and start rushing Burns and going after? No, because it was a clean, solid hit. And I mean, just give me a break. I mean, if that's a throwback player, I'm sorry. I'm not digging it. You can play that way you can be a throwback player without punching guys in the back of the head when they're not looking and on their knees. And you can play the game without licking people.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but NHL player safety resets its standards every year, so things don't carry over from year to year. So a player like Marchand, who has a long history, it really does depend on that individual season, not his longevity.
I don't know. Either way, it's at some point. I'm just saying someone's going to run Marchand, and they're not going to give two damns about Zdeno Chára at the time. They're just going to go.
There's a great YouTube clip of it.
Yeah, well,
just a 20-minute clip of it. All the teams go after him.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see that. I would love that. So anyway,
all right. Shall we get caught up on the other two series since we're kind of?
Well, I don't want to dwell on it, but go ahead real quick.
Carolina and the Islanders play game 3 tomorrow in Raleigh. Carolina up 2-0 on that one. They're just steamrolling right now, boys, with coming off of that storm surge from game 6 and 7 against the Caps. And then the later game that's around 6:30 tomorrow night, the Blues and the Stars. The Blues are up 2-1 in a nice tight series for that one.
And if provided all goes well, the Sharks hopefully advance to the next round. At least in my bracket, I had St. Louis going to the next round. So if these series continue in the way that they're headed, fingers crossed, we will be hanging out with Let's Go Blues Radio in the next round. I can guarantee you that, friends.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Guarantee. And for those of you who did not hear, Chris JWS spoke with Ryan from The Athletic, who writes about the Avalanche over there. So be sure you check that out on our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, all the normal spaces. But again, hit the subscribe button. That's how you find out about that stuff. So we head on to Thursday night, guys. I think we've kind of I think we've put a bow on this. And again, thank you for all the comments and the super chats and everything in the chat window. This is time for the final burn as we start to head out. So anything you got for us, we would certainly appreciate it. Al, where can they find you on the social media platforms?
You can find me on Twitter at Al Martinet. Free to talk hockey, free to talk sports all the time. Great effort. Thursday is going to be an interesting matchup.
Hell yeah. Erik, what about you?
Well, you can find me on the Twitter and the Instagram at PuckGuy14, dropping hockey knowledge all over the place and trying to unite more Sharks fans together as we do. And Stephen Brindle in the chat, the world just got more teal.
Hey now. You can find me AJ_strong, Instagram and Twitter, and also doing some Grammy stuff and everything on Teal Town USA. So do us a favor. Again, hit that subscribe button if you would, man. We kind of have this friendly rivalry going with Let's Go Blues Radio and Sinbin, and Sinbin right now is kicking our ass, but they're all new hockey fans there. They like anything. No, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, we want to we definitely want to narrow that lead they have. So do us a favor, throw us a subscribe if you would. And I thought I saw something in the chat where I'd like to see Marchand Stretcher, Dustin Brown. Oh boy, I would pay for that. Oh, I would pay for that one. And I saw somebody, Michael, instant subscribe. Thank you very much. We appreciate that, man.
Appreciate it. Tell all your friends. We appreciate everybody who's joined in and immensely loving this for sure. Rob Iman, Teal Town reminding you help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed.
Again, we gave out one of these tonight on the show. Awesome Pavelski towel. We will have one for you. Game 4 as well being given away. So make sure. And I think we're probably going to have I think we're going to be opening the prize box a little more often as this series progresses. So make sure to check that out. Oh boy. No cats tonight. What are you talking about? I got Kayla's right there. Here. She is that little blob right there that just cannot be a whole. Okay, watch this. Everybody be quiet. Watch this. Hi, Kayla. Oh, she's so pissed at me now.
You are in trouble now.
She's like, I was having such a good dream, you son of a gun. All right. Anyway, yeah, so Kayla's awake, so stay tuned for Kayla Cam following the show.
Oh,
no kidding. I am kidding.
Don't tease Laurel like that, man.
Oh, I know. She's gonna come rescue her, and it's all gonna be over for me.
Right.
All gonna be over. Okay, so I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you so much. We had a good time in the chat. I love everybody. Kayla needs her own channel. It's going to happen at some point, people. So anyway, you can interact with us on all the major platforms there. Go check them out. Facebook, for those of you who still use that, Teal Town USA. On the Twitter, on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Google Plays, iTunes, whatever you use to get media, chances are good that we're on it. And if not, let us know so we can jump on there. And there you go. Sharks are up 2-1 in the series. We will find you, or you will find us, either way, after Game 4 on Thursday night. Again, want to win it for Jumbo? Grab one of these cool shirts. This is a limited run, people, and we might be doing another design coming up shortly. So check that out on the website, tealtownusa.com. Go pick up one of those, only $25. So pick up one of those. We're sold out of size XXX right now, but we got all the other sizes. So go grab one before they're all gone. And I think that's it, guys.
All right.
Sound good?
Oh, sounds good.
Sounds good. So
we say this to you.
Good evening, Sharks fan.
Oh my
No.
God.
I'm
I'm
kidding.
gonna delete that from his hard drive one day.
Yeah. So for everybody,
Goodbye.
just kidding. Anyway.
So with that, we'll see you Thursday night following Sharks. Following Sharks and Avalanche Game 4 from Denver. And until then, keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, Teal. Have a great night, everyone.